Hey guys. Yes, I said hey guys, and apparently that's not a cool thing to do. You don't like me anymore, do you? Well, I still like you. Want to see what I got at MoGameCon? Alright, so this weekend, actually starting Wednesday night, Aggro Sky, Derik Moore, and Hiatus, or Todd, came over to my house for Missouri Game Convention. And we had a ton of fun. Played a lot of games, made a lot of jokes, just generally had a good time. So Friday we met up with John Riggs and Radical Reggie, and I drove them out to trading games, and it should only be like a 10-minute ride, but there was an accident on the interstate, and we got stuck in traffic, and we were stuck in traffic for what seemed like an hour. It was awful. I feel so bad that they were stuck in this car with a bunch of guys they didn't know, and we finally got to trading games. They made up with Darren from Bits of Yesterday. He's doing a Kickstarter, and they went ahead and drove with him because we were going to go downtown, but then my van decided it didn't want to act properly. So we stopped in the middle of the road, and then I had to stop at a parking lot, and they just went on their way. Feel bad about it, but hey, it happens. Anyway, so before the con, I got a couple pickups because me, Derik, Aggro, and Todd all went to a bunch of game stores. Aggro Sky is also Shmup Master, by the way, so he got a bunch of cool shoot 'em ups this weekend. I actually, if you can see it down the corner there, and my hand's in the way, my arm's in the way, that box right there, that's all his stuff, and I've got to ship it to him. He couldn't get it on the flight, so that'll be fun. I slipped a couple of surprises in there for him too. So anyway, so my pickups for this weekend. The first thing I got, Derik was going to sell this, and I wanted to get a Pokemon Fire Red to go with my Leaf Green so I could collect them all. So I'll probably be playing that this winter and trading over some of my Pokemon from my Leaf Green run so I can complete a 150 Pokemon collection. I'm pretty excited about that. And I actually didn't pay him anything for it. Except for pizza. We went out to pizza. We got some Chicago deep dish in St. Louis, which is kind of funny. But we got some of that deep dish, and Derik was like, hey, I could pay you in that Pokemon game. I'm like, sounds good to me. Next thing I got, it's another Game Boy Advance game, and I was actually really stoked to find this. This wasn't something I was looking for. I knew it existed, and I wanted both games that are on this. This is the Castlevania Double Pack. And this has Harmony of Dissonance and Area of Sorrow on it. And it's like 2 games in one. And I wanted to get both games eventually. I've been playing Circle of the Moon recently just for my own enjoyment. And I was like, oh man, I'd really like to play those other 2 Castlevania GBA games. And I saw this at Vintage Stock in Fairview Heights, and I had to have it. I just dropped it. It doesn't work anymore, I'm sure. Fuck. Anyway, so I got that. We also played a bunch of 4-player NES games. Derik brought his EverDrive, and I have the NES Satellite, so the 4 of us played a bunch of 4-player Nintendo. And one of the games we played, and I'd played this before, was Super Strike Volleyball, so I picked this up at Trading Games, actually. And it's pretty fun. It's kind of hard to figure out, but I played it at one point with some other people, and we had a really good time with it, so I should be able to figure it out, and we'll have a good time with it next time I get a bunch of people over to play. I also got, like, for $3, I got Prince of Persia: Sands of Time for the Xbox. I don't have a working Xbox, but as you can see, it's Xbox 360 compatible, which I do have. I've been meaning to play this since it came out, and I've never played it. I never even owned it, and I knew it was kind of a cheap game, so I figured I'd get it at some point, and when I saw it for $3, I was like, might as well. And the last thing I got before the con was, I do those Mega Man blind boxes, so I got a Dr. Light, and I didn't have it. I've had really good luck. I've only actually gotten 4 duplicates, and I'm only missing a couple of those. So pretty good luck with that so far. Now, one really cool thing, Todd actually gave me this. Todd is an amazing guy. Go follow him at Hiatus. It's actually like Hiatu 5. He's a great guy. Had a lot of fun hanging out with him this weekend. He just gave me this for letting him come stay at my place all weekend while we went to game stores and all that. He gave me the Mega Man and Mega Man X 25th anniversary official complete works. I am so stoked about this. I am so excited. I mean, it's got all the cool artwork from the Mega Man series, and if you're watching this, you know how much of a freaking Mega Man nut I am, and especially with Mega Man Classic and Mega Man X, these are like my two favorite video game series of all time. So I'm really, really excited to have this, and I'm actually going to probably end up using it in the future for future Mega Man videos. Just as a reference. So really excited about that. For the convention itself, well, first of all, I've got to talk about a joke that Derik and I have. Derik Moore, I think I broke it on Twitter. He's one of our admins at Gaming Rebellion. He also does a lot of really good like science-y and economical articles on video game collecting. Check his stuff out. We actually have this joke that stems to Ghostbusters 2. We're both really big Ghostbusters fans, and we almost talk to each other exclusively in Ghostbusters quotes. It's pretty funny. But there's a point in Ghostbusters 2 where Peter Venkman goes to meet Dana Barrett in the museum, and he has a run-in with a security guard, and he's like, "Hey, Dr. Venkman, you're one of my two favorite shows." And Venkman's like, "Oh, yeah, what's the other one?" And the security guard says, "Bassmasters. It's a fishing show." And then Venkman's just like, "Yeah, I know Bassmasters," and he walks off, and it's pretty funny. But all weekend while we were game hunting, we just like hold up games at each other and say, "Bassmasters, it's a fishing game," and we were like keeping count. It was just a silly little game, but between him and Zach, they ended up like finding like super cheap Bassmasters games at the convention. So Bassmasters Classic Pro Edition for the Super Nintendo and Bassmasters Classic on the Sega Genesis, they both got me one, and they were like $1 a piece or something. They were, people were trying to get rid of that crap. I tried playing it. I was joking I was going to stream it, and I thought that'd be pretty funny, but I can't figure it out, and I don't really have the patience to figure it out. There's a collector in the area, Ken Kimble. He actually gave me the Breath of Fire 4 booklet for the PlayStation. I actually have a copy of Breath of Fire 4. It just sits here on top of the stack of CDs I've got. I don't have a case for it. So now at least I have the book. I just need the case and the backing. Eventually I'll get it. That's cool. I keep knocking stuff over my desk. I hope that comes out in the video so everybody can hear how awesome it is. I got Kung Fu. Nothing really that exciting. Just a game I've been meaning to pick up. I got Morrowind for Xbox. Again, I don't have a working Xbox, and this won't play on the 360, but big Morrowind fan. I just kind of wanted this for the collection, so I had a copy. And this is another super exciting find, but I got NHL 95. I got a box. This is my first box Super Nintendo game, actually. It has the manual in the game, and I already have NHL 95, but this was like a big part of why I became a hockey fan growing up. So I decided to pick it up because it was like $5. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'll buy a box copy of NHL 95. That's cool. I also got Pokemon Snap for like $5. I'm really excited about that because I played this a lot growing up. We rented it quite a few times, and it's a really fun game. Played it for quite a bit Saturday night, and yeah, pretty stoked to have this, especially for as cheap as I got it. The next thing, Zach actually bought this for me because we had played it on the EverDrive the night before. Gauntlet 2, and this is almost brand new. Oh my god, I gotta show this to you. It's almost like an unboxing here. And it was cheap. He got it on a deal because he bought a bunch of stuff from one vendor, and so he picked this up for me since we had such a good time with it the night before. But I mean, look at this. Look at this. The cartridge is still in the plastic, and it smells new. It's like fucking amazing. I'm actually gonna put that back on my shelf, like the game, just with the rest of the games. But I'm gonna put the box up there. But like, it has the Nintendo Power inserts and everything, and you know, the manual. It's all like mint condition. I was like really excited, and it was like not even that expensive. I'm pretty shocked at that. I guess it's not really that expensive of a game to begin with, but that's still really cool of Zach to get that for me. Next thing I got this based off of Zach. Aggro Sky, Shmup Master. He's the same guy, just goes by a bunch of different stuff. So I'm sorry I'm confusing you viewers who don't know who these people are. Zach is Aggro Sky, Zach is Shmup Master. But he had done a video on Thunder Force 3 a while back, and I've been meaning to pick this and Lightning Force, which is Thunder Force 4, up for some time, and I finally found this. I didn't see a Lightning Force this weekend. I got this for a good deal, so I figured I'd pick it up. I played it a little bit Saturday night. Really, really cool game. I had never played it before. I like shmups. I'm kind of getting into them lately, so I'm excited about that. And the last thing I got Saturday, and I'm really excited about this. This was the top thing I was looking for this weekend, and I was able to snag a Mega Man 4 for Game Boy, and yeah, this was my top target for the weekend, and I'm very glad I got it, and I didn't have to pay an arm and a leg for it. I guess it's really not that expensive, but whenever you're looking at $40-50 for a Game Boy game, it gets kind of weird. You know, do you really want to spend that much on a Game Boy game? It's Mega Man, so yeah. So I got it for the lower end of that, so not too big a deal. Sunday, I kind of went in. Wasn't really expecting to get anything, but I did knock at least one thing off of my target list. The games that I had on my target list before Sunday was Mega Man 4, Pokemon Fire Red, Thunder Force 3, and those were really the only things I was like actually specifically looking for, that I was able to find. But then I found Yoshis Story on Nintendo 64, and I got it from Matt Gurley, a buddy of mine from the St. Louis Retro Gamer Group in St. Louis, and he knocked it down quite a bit for me, so I had to pick it up. So I got that from him. I also got Xenogears from him for a really good price, because this game goes for a lot more than than I paid for it. And it wasn't something I was looking for, but it's a game I've always kind of wanted to play. I've never gotten to play it, and I've always heard so many good things about it. And I was like, oh, I'll probably never really get to play it because I'm not going to download it on PSN unless I really want to play it. I figured if I ever found it for a good deal, I'd get it. I got it for a good deal, so that's awesome. He also he kind of just threw this in with one of the other games that I bought, Bloody Roar 2. I've never played this. He said it's really good. It's really, you know, just a custom DVD case with this disc inside, which I actually might do this for Breath of Fire 4 now that I see this. Printed a little custom thing out and put it in a DVD case. It's a good idea. So I'll play that. I might stream that, actually. That might be kind of fun to play. I like fighting games. I don't play them a ton, but I play them often enough. And the last thing I bought, and I got this because, again, it was reasonably priced, and I really wanted to. I never really thought I'd pick something. I never thought I'd pick this up, but you know, I'm a huge Legendary Wings fan, and so I got a boxed copy, a complete copy of it. I'm not a boxed collector. I never have been, and this weekend I ended up getting 3 boxed games. You know, that's a little different for me, but But this has a big influence on my youth, on my childhood, and it wasn't expensive, so I figured I'd pick it up. Gauntlet 2 was just complete because that's how Zach found it. We didn't see it loose, I guess. I was looking for it too. And the last thing I got, this is actually a loaner. I'm supposed to give it back to Maynard, Mr. Maynard. Whenever I get done playing as Top Gear, he got it for $1, and he said, "Hey, play this and give it back to me later." And I'll probably see him out sometime. We live close together, so I'll see him eventually. So thanks for watching my 16 minutes of rambling. I had a great time this weekend. Met a lot of great people. Met Silver Foxe. She's a streamer. I'll link her channel too. We had a good discussion about Twitch streaming and produced videos and stuff. She's really cool. I like watching her stream, so I'll link her. I met My Life in Gaming. Two really cool guys. They actually kind of knew who I was, so that was kind of exciting. But I guess, we both contributed to RetroWare, so I mean, they probably know me through that. And who else did I meet? John and Reggie. It was an unfortunately embarrassing embarrassing situation on my part, but it happens. And yeah, and Todd. Met Todd for the first time. He's a really great guy. But Aggro Sky, Shmup Master, Zach, whatever he wants to be called this week, and and Derik, I've known them for years now, and I've met them a couple times, so it was always good to see them again. Yeah, I met some other people too. I can't remember everybody off the top of my head, but it was a great weekend. Had a good time. Got some good games, and now I am actually going on a self-imposed hiatus from collecting for over a year while my wife and I work on some builds. So that'll be fun. I've got a lot of stuff to buy, or a lot of stuff to play. I've got a lot of stuff to play, so we'll actually have a. I'm almost thinking that I kind of want to like do like a whole stream series or a video series or something that shows how many games I've completed over this, self-imposed hiatus from collecting. I've got so much in my backlog that it's not going to be a problem for me I'm not going to run out of stuff to play. I've got, this huge case of games behind me, and half of which I haven't even finished. A core of I probably haven't even touched for more than 5 minutes. And so it should be a good time. And maybe I'll do like a little video countdown and do like a mini review of each game I complete. That might be a fun idea. But yeah, that's it. I thank everybody for watching. Thanks for all the love on the subscribers, thanks for all the love on the subscriptions to my channel and the views lately. I really appreciate it. Just kind of having fun releasing stuff from now on. I'm not really trying to increase my viewership or anything. I'm just having a good time making videos for everybody to watch. So again, thanks for everything, and I'll see you guys later.